you are trying to picture that time, right? So what role do you think he will play? Now let us look at that person that planned his own migration. He started by employing the service of a trustworthy guide. Èèyàn kan tó jẹ́ pé ó mọ the journey between Mecca and Medina. He knows the in and out of the desert. The Prophet was not one to just rely on Allah. Ó kàn wọ́n pé ọlọ́run á ṣe, ọlọ́run á ṣe. Kí ló ṣe ó máa wà strategic. Nígbà tó fẹ́ lọ́gbà ẹ̀ ó mọ èèyàn kan tó jẹ́ pé even though the person was not Muslim, but he understands the path between Mecca and Medina very well. Ẹni tó pọ́n tó mọ̀ ọ̀nà tó pọ́n nípa bí wọ́n ṣe move from one place to another. So after that, his nephew, his nephew was cousin. His nephew was cousin. So, Kábàbà wo á lè gbà yẹn ọ̀dọ́ pátápátá kò tí ẹ̀ ń ṣe ìyọ̀kan tó ti dàgbà tó ti mọ̀jọ́ ọ̀kúnlẹ̀. He was still a very young person. He was instrumental to the migration of the Prophet. He was the one that laid back the intelligence till he was the one that was the one that and he already put something like a plastic book. He placed it on his bed. That is to do what? Delay them. So that when we say long, what is started immediately but the great tactics what she said the one voice now how you put it specific what she did it so what you realize one of these people matter what she or not what it now in my time was like some once you never once you know once you say you want to and you are clear and also one or no between matter to Medina. Then I want to follow us. Let us get somebody that will cover our tracks. So, let's ask the end. Washing long, want to marry myself or washing long. But I know it's a like a shepherd. Then we have a series that they become them or they will be on the things that are human efforts, put them in place. These are the lessons that we're supposed to learn from the history. It is not just to celebrate a new month. It is for us to learn from the past, from the way of the starting of life. So one was migrating. So for us to see that, when you go to know it, come out track. Let's see romantic never change from Mecca to Medina. That's when people are going to be happy house. I want they spent about a week to move, and that is never new. So if I was in love, I'm not going to go to the you, but it's it was now, as now, I job. Now, remember, nínú Islam ó ti pẹ́ láti máa ń pè ní important role in Islam. So as now ni ọwọ́ jẹ́ ọmọ àgbà pé kí ni iṣẹ́ tó ń gbà iṣẹ́ tó wà pé taking food to them as they are going. Do you understand? So he already made arrangements for provisions. He made arrangements for which to cover their tracks. He made arrangements for who is going to guide them as they are going. So that is the way of the Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He will not just relax. If you were the Prophet sallallahu, I mean, the Prophet sallallahu was in this age and time. No one about was too, or my shejah. Probably shejah, Nínú nǹkan tí àwọn ọ̀bí pátápátá pé ṣe nígbà tó dé Màdínà. The first thing he did was to establish a masjid. Ibi ká sí máa kírun. Ibi ká sí máa kírun náà lórí ìsàkóso wá dá sílẹ̀. Mo wá ní ṣé wọ́n papọ̀ máa wá sílẹ̀ ká wá kírun láti máa gbà lórí wa. Ibẹ̀ láti máa jókòó tá máa ṣe mítì. Ibẹ̀ la máa jókòó máa ṣàṣàlátù. A máa discuss àwọn ará àdàlẹ́ tí wọ́n ló jẹjẹ. Àwọn kan wà tó jẹ́ pé wọ́n sì bá àwọn ṣe máa lọ visit wọn. Àwọn kan wà tó jẹ́ pé wọ́n jẹ gbèsè bá àwọn ṣe máa lọ wọ́n ní gbèsè. Àwọn kan wà tó jẹ́ pé ilé wọn tún lọ́wọ́ àwọn ṣe máa lọ wọ́n lọ́wọ́. Community. He started building the community. He built a mosque. That was the first assignment he did when he got into Madina. So as Muslims, whenever we are migrating in our thoughts, in our dealings, in anything we are doing, our faith is the first thing that we need to take care of. They now started talking about how they are going to drive the constitution. He also started about building brotherhood. Jama-at is something very important. So when we are remembering the history of the government, we should remember all the strategies that he put forth, the role that the youth played, and the actions that he put forth. He established brotherhood. Ó ṣe dé lórí ẹ̀yìn àwọn àjírí kan àti àǹsọ̀ kan ẹ̀dọ̀ ọ̀la. That is a very, very strong strategy. Because he knows that àwọn tó jẹ́ àǹsọ̀, àwọn tó jẹ́ Màdínà, wọ́n ti ṣe kí ni wọ́n mọ̀ ìlú ni wọ́n mọ bí ìlú ṣe rí, wọ́n mọ everything. Ìwọ́n tó bá jẹ́ ọmọ ìlú tí wọ́n bí kò ní ṣe rí, wọ́n á mú ọmọ ìyá kan látara àwọn tó ń bọ̀ and they are going to support them. This is very similar in our universities these days. If you go to a university, the MSSN or the Muslim group, they do something similar to that. Táwọn ọmọ new student bá ti wọlé, wọ́n ti mú àwọn strategic people bóyá ẹ̀yin faculty of engineering, faculty of social science, ẹ máa lọ síbẹ̀, ẹ bá ti ní àwọn new student, ẹ máa bá wọn lò, ẹ máa bọ́ọ̀dù pẹ̀lú wọn, ẹ máa lè máa kọ́ wọn ní àwọn nǹkan tó máa ṣe. This same practice of trust and salary, we even have it in human resource. In different organizations, you always have team onboarding. It is called onboarding. When you go to a new organization, you have to be onboarded, and then they are going to assign you to a teammate, somebody who is going to guide you. Let us say next week now. Next week, the HR will assign you to somebody who has been in that organization that will teach you dress code. Even after the constitution of the organization, they will still assign somebody with you. So look at that important strategy across the stand has already implemented over 1,400 years ago. So why are we stopping all those things even now? Then another thing is that the Prophet Islam actually gathered everyone, and he made sure everybody was, aligned with the ruling of Islam that says if you do not have something good to say, you keep quiet. You don't have to blame into everything you do. And that is one of the mistakes. That is one of the challenges of our youth these days. Everybody wants to fit in. Every girl wants to slay, whether you wear hijab or not. And I usually tell my young sisters, whenever I see them, I tell them, hijab does not limit, yet limits. You are wearing the hijab. It does not stop you from your career. You are wearing the hijab. It does not stop you from being a businesswoman. Khadija was a businesswoman. She was an importer. She had several containers. If we are going to use our current lifestyle, she had several containers from her import all the way from wherever. She was a very successful businesswoman. Islam does not say you cannot be a businesswoman. Aisha Radiallahu, she was very talented. She was very knowledgeable. If we were going to look at it in present day, Aisha Radiallahu would be a professor emeritus. Islam did not stop her from that. After Radiallahu, she was very talented in the terms of picking. If anybody was going to put her in the present day, they would say probably she would be a good judge. So we can see examples of Muslim women, even in the history of Islam, who have excelled in their different paths. But what I will tell you that the hijab limits is that hijab limits you from blending in, from fitting in completely. Hijab makes you stand out. You have all your friends who are girls. They slay. They wear all the eyelashes, makeup, and all of that. Islam limits you from doing that. I remember when my little cousin wanted to pick a hijab, and she told me, I won't call you, look at my best, no of that. And I was like, are you ready for the responsibility that comes with wearing the hijab? The hijab is more than a garment. The hijab is going to stop you from dancing in public. Are you ready for that? The hijab is going to stop you from intermingling with boys anyhow. Are you ready for that? The hijab is going to stop you from making video and posting on TikTok and all of that. These days it is so saddening that you go on Facebook, you go on TikTok, and you see hijabis wearing full hijab, even wearing a top, and making video that shows very deep content of what they are wearing. They make the same exact video that the slave girls are making. And I tell them, if Islam says that Islam is not limiting you, it is not from all these kind of things. Do you understand? We have Muslim women who have excelled in different things. We don't need Muslim women who excel in fashion design and portraying their beauty. No. Those are not the areas where we need our sisters to slay. Those are not the areas where we need our sisters to show that they are not being oppressed. Everybody already knows that you are not being oppressed, right? Everybody already knows that you own your voice. So you don't have to carry your camera and start showing the details of your beauty. I don't understand. You don't have to show the details of your beauty before everybody knows that you are not it. You understand? So what I'm trying to say in essence is that as Muslim youth, we know that in our present society, Islam does not stop us from being social. Our socialization will always be guarded by the rules of Islam. Every group of civilization you see comes from Islam, one way or the other. But we as Muslims will remain social, but will be guided by the rules of the last month. So in conclusion, I think that was the last slide. Hello? Okay, I will just skip this one, but briefly what you are saying is that everybody has a role to play in this. Àwọn tá a jẹ́ òbí, a gbọ́dọ̀ kọ́ àwọn ọmọ wa. Àwọn tá a jẹ́ olùkọ́, a gbọ́dọ̀ kọ́ àwọn akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ wa. Àwọn tá a lè jẹ́ mọ́ṣáláṣí, alhamdulillah. This is part of the roles that a masjid is supposed to fulfill. And I pray that Allah will reward the organizers of this program. Then also the community has a role to play. Those days, a máa ń gbọ́ pé ojú méjì ló ń bímọ, ẹgbẹ̀gbẹ̀ ojú, ẹgbẹ̀gbẹ̀ ojú ló ń tọ́, àti sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀rù. When we see Muslim children that are doing things that are bad, we can correct them. Wọ́n ṣe máa correct wọn lónìí ìyàtọ̀, ọ̀tá máa rọ̀ bá wọn. Ọmọ tó yẹ kó wọ́n kọ́ nílé, lágbàlagbà bá bá wí níta, ó máa dúró bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́ yẹn. Ọ̀tá àgbà kan máa kọ́ nílé, ó máa bú àgbàlagbà yẹn lẹ́sẹ̀ yẹn. So I would want to leave you with this framework that I just put together, thinking about the hijrah. When next you are thinking about the hijrah, do not just think about it as a journey. Okay, I'm not just saying our company or people like to no. Always remember that you should join yourself to Allah before you join the crowd. I told my son who is in the university, I told him, what is your question law? University, èmi ò ní tẹ̀lé mi ò ní máa jí ẹ lójoojúmọ́ láti kéwì mi ò ní tẹ̀lé mi ò ní tàbí alex I will just ask like I usually do for eventually I will ask him how far which reward did you get today as the only one the word of kindness the word of shame the word of help and as in trying to tell me how early you went to Jinya but I will tell him I think I have done my part so I'm now a mature person. The best I could do is to train you on the path of Islam. You already know your Islam. And whatever you do now remains with you. If you ever know how to carry that ball, you can do anything you can now. It is not on me, it is on you. So we should let our children know that they should identify themselves. They should know who they are. They should release themselves to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala before they start using, they should use the judgment of Islam before they start using the judgment of the society. Then secondly is that own your identity as a confident person. Do not let the society be want to determine whether you are in hope or not. We have seen many instances where some people will see, maybe, let me stop using women as an example. We have seen instances where some people will brother that looks like an Afa. And from there, they will say, but now, we see people who don't even identify as Afa, and they will even deliver. And people are not beginning to understand that they are not Afa. So, let us carry that identity with us. Let us not to say because we want people to respect us, we will stop being, we'll be less of a respect. Like I always tell my sisters, I travel around, I attend conferences, I go to different meetings. Whenever I go there, I don't allow the society to now force me to shake hands with men. What I tell myself is that if I see a learned man that brings his hand to me to shake me, I will in my mind I will tell him so. If it's here, I do that. You will see what I was saying. So I won't be the one to be embarrassed. He will be the one to be embarrassed instead. So these days, you don't have to love your Islam for civilization. Own your own identity. Be yourself. Be your Muslim. And just fit in the way Islam is seen. Then number 3 is that you should understand your purpose. You should understand why you are here on this earth. Muslim people can go reason tó ṣe wà nílé ayé tí àwọn ọkọ bá ṣẹlẹ̀ sí ó máa rí ibi gbé sí dáadáa ju Mùsùlùmí tí ò understand it. Very recently we lost a sister of ours. Because my ọmọ ìyá wa kájọ máa ń ṣẹ̀sìn kiri. All of a sudden we still saw her at programs and on Thursday morning we just heard a call that people na see one match and I see what happened. She just began breathless and then she passed away. So, by the time we all lost them, one of our so one of our sisters in the shop, who are neighbor sister, was okay, èyí tẹ́ máa ń borí yìí, ẹ máa burú gan o, ẹ máa lé gan o, ọ̀rọ̀ yín ṣaláìsí, àti ẹ̀rẹ́ yóò dìbò pé ó ti tó, ààrẹ yóò tó ń yíra nílẹ̀, ààrẹ yóò tara ṣe sọ pé ẹ má sunkún mọ́, and their sounds are strange. And I said, well, I can't be that. Because as mom said, you should remain experienced. So you don't have to say, Timati lo síbẹ̀ yẹn, Timati sunkún báyìí, I'm a little bit in the one. No. If you understand your purpose, when some things happen to you, we are Muslims. When somebody passes away, we know that person has gone ahead of us. Do you understand? So then, the idea is that you should remain resident when difficulty happens. Always remember, our Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, he faced so many trials, more than even we have faced. You know, what kind be good, and for a corporate, you know, what kind be good, and your corporate no benefit. Charity, so what can happen to you that will be more than what has happened to his wife? He lost his wife who was his support. He lost his uncle. And when he lost his property. He lost so many things. They blasphemed him. They did so many things to him. But he was what? He was resilient because he knew that all these are from Allah and he's going to get rewarded. So whatever anything happens to us, we should do what? We should remain resilient. Then we should nurture beneficial relationships and mentors. Sọ pé àgbò tó bá bá járìn ló máa ṣe kí ni ó máa tẹ̀lé. Àdẹ̀túmọ̀ náà pé ẹni tó bá lọ sí ilé ẹni tó ń ṣe lọ́fíńdà tó bá máa fi jáde nígbà rẹ̀ máa wù fún lọ́fíńdà. Ẹni tó bá dẹ̀ lọ sí ibi tó bá àwọn tí kí wọ́n pè bá sí ìpèlè. Ẹ bá lọ sí ibi tó máa fi jáde ìbọ̀rẹ̀ ní màá tún pè sí fún ọmọ àwọn òbí èdè náà. So as Muslims, be with the right company. When they say, show me your friend, I'll tell you the kind of person you are. Have good friends. So we say, go worry about níbi káwọn ọmọ ti jókòó tó ti ń mutí tó ti ń sọ sáǹgì oríṣiríṣi. Àwọn ọ̀rẹ́ mi kò máa ní máa ń bá wọn jáde lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ kan. It shouldn't be. Very recently also, I was telling one person that came to my house for an audition. And I told him, he was working with maybe last month or custom or something, I think last month. And I said, ọjọ́ wo lẹ ti lọ sí program yìí? Ọjọ́ wo lẹ ti lọ sí kíláàsì ọmọ yìí? Mọ̀ pé nínú last month ẹ̀rọ ni ó ti wà ní wọn máa ṣe tí kò ní jọ ní lójúmọ́. Bí ilé ọ̀gá wá sí tó fọwọ́ gba obìnrin kan, kò ní jọ ní lójúmọ́ because you are very new in that kind of setting. But if once in a while, even though you are working in that setting, you still go to your regular weekly tuition. You still go to your regular house. You still go to places where you learn Islam. Ọkàn yóò ní máa ń lé. Ẹni tí ò bá ti níbi tó ń lọ sí regularly tó ti ń gbọ́ wá sí, tó tẹ̀ tí even if you are in school, you are working, you are a professional, make sure you have a circle where you go to learn about Islam. Otherwise, the heart can easily harden. And whenever you see things that are evil, you may not even see them as evil immediately. Then your key that you should excel with integrity. Excel in your work, excel in your study, excel in your character, excel in your business. If you are a student, make sure you target being a first-class student. If you are an employer, make sure you are one of the best employers. If you are a business person, make sure your business is always with halal transactions. Ẹ má jẹ owó èlò, ẹ má jẹ owó olówó mọ́ ọjà yín, ẹ dẹ̀ má di òṣùwọ̀n, ẹ má di kù. Torí àwọn nígbà aláṣọ náà ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ègbé nínú ẹni tí ó di òṣùwọ̀n kù. Ká má tajà, ká make sure pé à ń lo òfin Ọlọ́run ọba ní ìgbìmọ̀ ọba ṣe. À ń kàwé ní àgbọ̀dọ̀ jìnnìwò, à ń ṣiṣẹ́ ní àgbọ̀dọ̀ we should ensure that we excel in the halal way. Àgbọ̀dọ̀ jẹ́ ní tó ṣe màgòmágó torí bí a fẹ́ jẹun, torí bí a fẹ́ jèrè, lára máa ṣe ìdàgbàjẹ́. The last thing is that you should use positive impact for your Muslim, for your woman and for your family. Àgbọ̀dọ̀ jẹ́ ẹni tó yẹ pé ó máa wà ní tó máa jẹ́ àwòkọ́ṣe dáadáa, àwòṣe rere. Káwọn ọmọ àwọn ọmọ rẹ ọmọ yìí ọmọ dáadáa àbí ẹni yìí alájà yìí tẹ bá gbà pé nǹkan sí ṣọ́ọ̀bù wọn ẹ máa bá ń bẹ̀ àbí àpárí tẹ bá yá wọn lọ́wọ́ báyìí wọ́n máa lè sàn tó bá ṣe nígbà tó bá ṣe bá kó sọ wọn ẹ máa bọ́ wọn padà kí ọlọ́run àwọn ìwọ̀n kó ṣe wá ní ìṣèlú tí ó pé. And so I will leave you with this verse where Allah said, Allah will not change the condition of the people until they change what is within themselves. Nigeria down. Gbogbo ìgbà ọ̀dà gbogbo nǹkan ti sọ nípa odò nítorí pé ọkàn ti gbogbo wa náà ó ti bàjẹ́. Tí gbogbo wa náà bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí máa ní nǹkan dáadáa, wọ́n ṣe pé aṣọ tó Nàìjíríà ti máa ní àrùn gbogbo ẹ̀ ti bàjẹ́ tán. Ọlọ́run bá òní